All the creepy stuff happened right up there on that second floor. Spooky. I bet this building looks pretty gnarly at night too. All right, we made it to Orlando. The Rogers building is right down there, but first we're gonna go to get something to eat at Wahlburgers. Is that what we're doing? Wahlburgers?
Wherever you want.
Okay, well, I think we're gonna go to Wahlburgers.
That's a church.
Yep, that's a Baptist church. A very tall one. The Rogers building is right down there.
I like the look of it. That old Victorian style.
What was the story on this one?
It was a... Let me double check.
Okay. Wasn't it somebody on the second floor, their ghost is like floating around?
The woman.
Yeah.
Hold on.
And it's supposed to be the owners of the building, right?
Just her.
Just her? Okay, we're coming up on the building right now. There's Patty Lou's Donuts. Looks like that's closed. But it's nice walking downtown in Orlando.
It's not closed, it's coming soon.
Oh, coming soon, okay. Well, you can always grab my attention with a good donut place. There it is, though.
Horror.
And horror, yeah. Horror donuts.
Together, forget about it.
Oh, so it's an art gallery?
It is. Can we go in?
Yeah, I think we can go in. It's a beautiful building. I like the, it's got that, what would you call that, like a Victorian style or something like that?
It is. It's an old Victorian style house.
Yeah.
Or building.
So it used to be a house?
No, building. So it used to be a gentleman's club.
Oh, nice.
Owned by Gordon Rogers. And supposedly he and his wife had a soft spot for the place, and the place is haunted by them. You can see their images sometimes in the second story windows.
Yeah, so that second story window right there was where it would be where you could see them. It's on the corner of Pine and Magnolia, and this really attractive Shots red building across from it. Yeah, there's a, oh, that's thumbnail material right there. Looks really cool. Guido's Pizza, that's where we're having lunch.
Enormous.
This place looks really cool. All right, so we're walking around downtown Orlando, and there happens to be at least 3 of these quote-unquote haunted attractions within like walking distance from each other. We just passed this Crest building. Here's the sign for it. So we're gonna cross the street. There's all these high-rise buildings right here. And I'm gonna turn around and I'm gonna let my lovely wife's voice read in detail the story behind the Crest building. There it is though.
So according to the internet, it's one of Orlando's greatest hotspots for paranormal activity. It has been the host to about every kind of haunting, from mysterious footsteps when no one is around to ghostly apparitions. Nice.
And the next place we're going to is a burger joint that's supposed to be right down the street here. We're on Church Street right now. But look, that looks like an apartment complex, and you can see a couple skeletons there. You see those skeletons, or like aliens? That's kind of cool. I wonder if
that's funny.
Yeah, I think I can.
Kind of funny.
Yeah, I can zoom in and get that skeleton there. Yeah, there he is. This thing zooms in pretty well. Wow, it gets pretty close. Whoa. Okay, we're standing right next to Hamburger Mary's. We'll go across the street and get you a good look at that.
Hamburger Mary, supposedly a Victorian girl, or a little girl dressed in Victorian clothing, taps on windows, waves to gas, skips down the street. That's the haunting at that one.
So it's a little girl. It's evil child horror, which we're always a big fan of.
Well, you are.
So, on to the next one. This next building on the corner of Pine and Orange, it's closed down, but this is called the Elijah Hand building. There's an actual description on the corner of the building. I'll show you guys in a second.
So apparently this guy, Elijah Hand, his business was incredibly booming So booming, in fact, that he kept bodies upstairs in the furniture store. So he was an undertaker.
Jesus.
Back in the 19th century. And because he had so much business, he kept the bodies upstairs. So now they're saying that you can sometimes see unseen hands and that the building is haunted. And there's even a lady in white.
Oh, of course. So if we zoom in, all the creepy stuff happened right up there on that second floor. Spooky. I bet this building looks pretty gnarly at night too. With the street signs against it.
Pretty gnarly during the day. It's pretty nasty.
Let's go forward and let's get a close-up of that description real quick. Okay. And then we're gonna do the last attraction for the video.
The best one of all.
The best one of all. Elijah Hand came from Indiana in 1885. He opened a furniture and undertaking establishment, a typical combination, as similar skills were required to build furniture and caskets. Oh, babe, with the camera right against it, you can see inside, and there is a staircase up to the second floor where the bodies were. Wow. Insane. When you see a leg lamp from A Christmas Story, you got to stop and you got to capture it. Must be Italian. All right, our final destination for the video. This is the Orange County Regional History Center. This is the trial of Ted Bundy for one of his murders, the murder of Kimberly Leach. She was literally like 12 years old, but he confessed to like 36 murders, rumored to be over 100. Everybody knows Ted Bundy. Everybody knows the craziness around this guy, and there was just something about him, this aura about him, I guess you could say, that just captured the nation's attention. Horrible person, though. But yeah, this is the building where the trial happened. If you go inside the building, you can still see where in the courtroom where he actually etched onto the what was it, the desk or something like that? Yeah,
you can actually run your fingers over the spot where he carved his name on the desk where he sat during the trial.
Yeah, really, really creepy stuff. So Ted Bundy's background was pretty uneventful. Surely not enough for somebody to commit murders. I mean, I don't think his background was any more crazy than like what just a normal person that
like
never had killed anybody would do. What the answer to that question, nobody knows. What was the switch that flipped that caused him to commit these heinous crimes? I don't know.
Well, look at his childhood. I mean, by 3 years old, he was doing weird things with knives. He had a fascination with knives.
Yeah, there was that story about his aunt, right?
Right.
Yeah, and he like took these knives when he was like a toddler, and he placed them around her while she was laying on her bed or something like that.
That's right.
Yeah,
and
crazy stuff.
So psychologists speculate by that event that either he experienced some kind of abuse as a child, or he witnessed some serious violence either in his family or by someone close by.
Yeah.
Because that's very abnormal behavior for a toddler.
Yeah, also interestingly enough, he actually broke out of prison twice after he was caught, because the first time he jumped out of a window, and the second time while he was actually incarcerated, he lost all this weight and he basically dug a hole into the ceiling and crawled his way out, and he was gone for 15 hours, I think, and they couldn't find him.
Yep.
And during that 15 hours, he went to this local college in Florida and just, I mean, went on a rampage and killed all these people.
He attacked 4, 2 actually died.
Yeah.
And then the girl that you're talking about for this courthouse, Kimberly Leach, 12 years old, she died.
Yeah.
And that's what this building is relevant for, is that her trial happened in this building.
Yeah. You could literally spend a good 20 minutes just talking about Ted Bundy alone in a video.
Well, it's also interesting that he helped solve a serial killer case.
Yeah.
The Green River Killer.
Yeah, the Green River Killer.
Yep, he actually contacted authorities and offered his assistance. And people think he did that because he was jealous of the attention the Green River Killer was getting.
Yeah, extremely, extremely narcissistic. There was a documentary on Netflix, actually, and the interviewer, he said when he first got the case to interview Ted Bundy, he was extremely excited. He was like, wow, I'm going to learn so much. And he said after a while, he just got sick of Ted Bundy. He hated him after a while because he was just the most narcissistic person. You didn't know whether he was telling the truth or he was lying. Just a very troubled person. So, but yeah, that kind of wraps up this video. Thank you guys for watching. This was a lot of fun. So anyway, guys, be sure to come over to Killer Flicks. We're talking horror all day and every day. And on Fridays, we do Free for All Fridays. Follow me at Drumdums on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. Drumdum out.